Give us a sense from Mexico City of what the view is now. You've dodged a bullet. Is there a huge sense of relief down there?
Well, I think it's both relief and anticipation about what this what this quote unquote deal may mean, and some concern about the challenges in implementation, and then a review in 90 days. As you know, a number of the measures that were announced yesterday have been in progress for some time. I will say that the urgency around the negotiation had not been there, but the initiative to remain in Mexico. The United States had wanted a safe third country designation for Mexico. That was a red line for Mexico. That was something that they simply weren't willing to do. But in lieu of that, have expanded the commitment to Guatemalans remaining in Mexico while their asylum applications are pending, and Hondurans and Salvadorans being consigned to Guatemala. Additionally, they talked about the additional use of the National Guard on the southern border, up to 6,000 troops. And as you know, David, there's some real issues about the National Guard capabilities. That is still a security force that is being stood up here in Mexico. So as relates to remain in Mexico, something that they had announced back in December, it was, the object of legal challenges. My guess is that will continue. Additional use of the National Guard, some concerns about the ability to implement. And in 90 days, we may be back right here where we were just a few days ago.
Well, that's part of my question. You adverted to this, Antonio, which is we're not exactly sure we know what the entire deal was. I mean, President Trump just this morning, first thing, said they will fully sign and documented a very important part of the immigration and security deal with Mexico, one that the United States has been asking about for many years. It will be revealed in the not-too-distant future, and it will require Mexican legislative approval. Do we have any idea what he's talking about? What's the part we don't know about yet that requires the Mexican legislature to act?
Well, that's what's not entirely clear, because the announcement in the press conference was more one of crisis averted. I mean, that was essentially the message. But in terms of the specifics, the remain in Mexico had been the subject of the migrant protocols back in December, so there's some language around that. Perhaps they're talking about additional resources that may be necessary that the legislature allocate to the initiative. Additional use of the National Guard may also involve some legislative tweaking, because, as you know, Mexico does have some both constitutional limitations with respect to the restriction of people moving through the country and are part of some international migratory protocols. That may be it. Thirdly, he may be just talking about the USMCA that was submitted to the Mexican Senate Wednesday, week before last, the same day that the tariff threat was made. So it's a little unclear, but there are a couple of things that perhaps could necessitate additional appropriations of funds, or President Trump may be talking about moving USMCA down here.